Nashville, PK Subban says he doesn't necessarily relish playing the role of Winnipeg's villain. Going into the second-round playoff series between his Predators and the Jets, the swashbuckling defenseman, a finalist for the Norris Trophy as the NHL's best, isn't even sure why he draws the attention he does. "I could probably answer the question if I knew why I'd be labeled as a villain," Subban said, Thursday. "I don't know what I've done particularly wrong. It's a lot of noise. I just choose not to listen to a lot of it." While the Preds, with 117 points, led the league in the regular season standings, the Jets finished second, just 3 points back. That's caused some to call this series the final before the final. "We're a long ways from the finals," Subban said. "The best thing about winning, and you ask anybody who's won a cup, is the steps it takes to get there. You have to go through some thick walls, and this is definitely one of the thickest walls we're going to have to get through to get there." Nashville reached the Stanley Cup final a year ago, bowing out to Pittsburgh, valuable experience the Jets don't have. "That's one of the reasons the Preds are favored. This was new to a lot of guys last year for us, as well," Subban said. "But we kept our composure. It's a young league now. A lot of young players, and they're learning quickly and on the fly. How much experience do you need to make it to the Stanley Cup final? It's more just the confidence as a group, and how you manage things. They have some great veteran players and we have some good veteran players who are able to keep everybody even keel, even if the fans aren't. The teams play in two of the louder buildings in the NHL. In Winnipeg, the crowd usually picks one opposing player to boo relentlessly, and Subban has been it. There's a lot of players that get booed," he said. "I'm sure you guys can figure out a solid story of why that happens. I don't need to figure that out. The only thing I need to look at is the scoreboard when I leave the ice, and know if I've helped that or if I didn't do my job." Nashville held a full practice Thursday, while the Jets didn't, arriving late in the day. More firepower. Preds coach Peter Laviolette isn't sure the teams will match the offense they produced against each other in the regular season. He's not sure they won't, either. "The Jets and Preds combined for 41 goals in 5 meetings. We try to press it and score. They try to do the same thing," Laviolette said. "They've got a good goaltender, so do we. Both teams play pretty good defense as well. I can't explain the regular season. I don't think it necessarily means it's going to be the same way. But I guess we're going to find out. If the two Vezina candidate goalies get their way, it'll be a maddening series for the Snipers. Of course you want to match him, save for save." Nashville's Pekka Rinne said of Connor Hellebuyck, "I'm a proud guy. He's 200 feet down the ice, so I'm not in contact with him, but in a way you have a battle with him as a goalie." A shooter's perspective. Jets forward Jack Roslovic says the difference between Hellebuyck from last year to this is like night and day. "I watched him a lot last year, even though I wasn't on the team," said Roslovic, with the All-Manitoba Moose a year ago. "He didn't seem to be himself at times, or something wasn't quite there. I don't really know what it was. But this year, he really liked the new, off-season trainer he was with, and he got dialed in over the summer. He wanted to take that #1 spot and he did it." Roslovic is looking forward to seeing his teammate against Rinne. He always talks about not having the greatest numbers when they go head-to-head, but he's a mentally strong guy and that's not going to affect him. "I think he'll get the edge." Heads up for Bufflin. Think the Preds aren't aware of Jets defenseman Dustin Byfuglien's big hits in the first series against Minnesota? "They got a lot of guys that can hit," Laviolette said. "We saw some of the hits he made. But we got some guys that can hit too. It'd be a good, competitive series." Forward Colton Sissons says you can't worry about getting run over by No. 33. "I don't think any of us will be afraid in our locker room," Sissons said. "We'll be going toe-to-toe with him. Obviously he's not someone you take advantage of physically, because he's so big and bruising. But it's going to be an impact on the series. It'll be fun." Not blowing smoke. Laviolette says he hasn't been caught off guard by the Jets' rapid improvement from 87 points last year to 114. "It's not surprising to me because we played them all year, and they're a good hockey team," the coach said. "They missed us by just a couple points. They have speed and skill. They have size. They have big goaltending. They're well coached. Those are just stating the obvious. I'm not trying to blow smoke here.